Morning guys, Saturday the 28th of September, and what a beautiful day. Hard as a breeze. The only hint of autumn is the colour of a few leaves on the trees. Nice and warm, beautiful. Right, I've only got one blackcurrant bush, so I'm going to take a few cuttings. Now, no flowers on, no fruit. How do you know it's a blackcurrant? Well, when you're cutting these branches off, it smells like cat's pee. That's your best hint. Anyhow, semi-hardwood. Best pencil thickness if you can. About 8 to 9 inches long. Bottom cut horizontal. Top cut on an angle. Now, at least when it rains, the water runs off. I'm not even going to stick these in any rooting hormone. And like everything else, I've said from the start, I want them growing skywards. I want to be able to underplant. So, I only really want about half a dozen, if that. We'll see what happens. Just take all the excess foliage off, you don't need it. I'll catch up with you when I'm getting these up to date, guys. Right, I've stripped all the foliage off. Just left the top 2 buds on, rub the rest off. I don't want anything growing below ground. And the top 2 buds, one fails, I've got the other one to play with. I'm not going to use any rooting compound, just straight in the ground. They'll root readily. Not a problem. Just leave about an inch sticking out the top, that's all you need. A couple inches apart. And believe me, I wouldn't be surprised if there's 100% of these root for next year. And a label. In the background, if you hear any scuffling, it's only the blue tits and the coral tits with the sunflower heads. You're bloody loving them. Okay guys. And I do have a couple of other plants I want to take cuttings from. The jostaberry, and I've got one particular gooseberry, a red one, dessert one. It has bloody massive berries, now the size of a 2p piece. But I'm not going to try and get to them. I need help for that. So somebody cut me a branch, and I'll take the cuttings of it. But that's for another day. Alright guys, I said I was going to have these cabbages pricked out. I preferred cell trays, but doesn't matter. Let's face it, when you buy them from a garden centre or a nursery, your brassicas are quite often in a tray, not a cell tray, an ordinary tray full of soil. You still got to part the roots. So until I can get everything together, this is what I'm using. And these cabbage, I'll show them. Offering them 2. Flower of spring. I'm going to prick some of these out. Obviously I'm only going to keep the best. Anything left over, not a problem. I'm sure somebody will take them off my hands. I know in the last video I was singing the praises of this Aldi compost, but bear one thing in mind, it'll work out expensive if you buy it in for potting up. That's why I'm only going to buy it in for seed. let's face it, 20 litres per pound, £5 per 100 litres, no. It's a compost that suits a purpose for me, and this is that purpose. See, well, actually seed sown. I'm only using the last of the bag up, and I did check. It's not made with. There's nothing on it to say it's made with green waste, which I won't use for brassicas. There's nothing wrong with the root system on this. That's a certainty. Few weeks in here should see a good little bit of spurt of growth, enough to be able to plant them out. A little bit of protection won't hurt. Same with these when they go out, the spring onions. If I waited any longer, these would have been too leggy. I'd have had to use pots, which wouldn't be bad. You can plant brassicas deeper than they're actually growing in. And you sometimes get them grown blind. There's no centres. Don't use them. I like my spring cabbage. Especially the greens, just the leaves. A nice taste. Right, I'll get back to you when I finish the tray. Right, planted out, watered, labelled. I will have some plants growing in the garden for next year. Okay, see you in a bit, guys. Well, the wife wanted some veg for tomorrow's dinner. I don't have much to offer. There's some sprouts, but I can't get to them yet. The parsnip and carrots, well, it's not down to stones in the soil. I reckon it's down to the water, and it's forked off to find water. Never mind. But they'll all eat. Nothing will waste. But this one here, that reminds me of when I was in hospital. And the wife knows I've got a sense of humour. She started singing Jay at the Peg. I thought, hang on, I've lost one, not gained one. Yeah, three-legged carrot. You know, they could have at least given us the bone for the dog.